period. And I want to take this opportunity to emphasize and to try to make up understand one thing about what we do. I'm in Lagos, and I see what is the narrative out there about religion and what we believe, and how people use faith and because I don't want to call it religion, I call it faith, to weaponize and threaten our society, our communities, and the peace we are trying to achieve in Africa, and in particular here in Nigeria. And it's pretty obvious that people are behind the scene and, puppeting other people into behaving in the way that actually spread this narrative and make more people be afraid. Look at how people live here. I know some Muslim good people, honest and really good people. I believe most of Nigerians, most of Muslims are people who want peace and are okay with other people practicing their own religion without trying to invade or without trying to control. I want to tell you, those people, there are few people behind all these things, and the only thing they want is control, and to control the mass and control with when I say control, is taking the power and using the military and the institution of the state to force people into doing things. But what I'm trying to tell people is, it's just like tribes and language. There's always, if you try to count how many religions exist in the world, it's more than 500 and something. Why the majority of wars come from the Muslim and Christian and Jews? Why this hatred? Why these hidden agendas? Why all these things? When you and I, we understand that there's only love, and where we are going, only love will save us. Only love. So what I'm trying to tell people this morning is, everything is good, and as long as we know the truth behind what is happening on the global scale. When I say on the global, we see the war is always Muslim, Christian, America coming down to Nigeria to say, yeah, I want to defend Christian. We don't need to be defended, because the person we are following, we are not worshiping. The person, the model we are following is not a model of returning back the pain. We don't want to let them kill us. Okay, let them see. I know many people will say, because I understand how people are in how this affecting people and the pain, the unbearable pain that these can cause to people. And I want to remind us that we are not religious people. We are spiritual people. Okay, this means we are not here to follow rules. Okay, we are here to express who we are to be, because we are human beings. So all these things you see, what you've been following is just people organizing society in the name of God. Because look at the world, they always portray something that is good, justice, but look at the motives, look at the narrative, look at the coherence. It's not coherent. It's not based on genuinity. It is interested in something. It's never for the good of the people. So what I'm trying to say is, we have to be aware at this time, whether you're a Muslim, whether you're a Christian, whether you are whatever your faith, whatever you believe in, we have to understand that beyond what we believe, beyond what we identify as, at the basis is we are all human. We are all here on this same earth, going through the same challenges, and no matter what you think, we always want the best future of our children. And it's not because the whole world will be Islamized, or the whole world will be Christianized, or the whole world will be Jewishized, or the whole world will be whatever your belief. It's to honor the process of us becoming aware of who we are. And that comes down to what I always tell you. I always say I'm not a spiritual person, I'm not a religious person, I'm a spiritual. That means I don't follow the rules. I don't belong to either Christianity or Islam or whatever faith, because I'm sovereign. I resonate with the truth. The only religion I belong to is the religion of love, and that love doesn't have limit. That love, it's the same for everybody. That's the message of Jesus when he came. If you want to be able to do what he was doing at this time, you have to follow his path. And that comes down to what I wanted to say about following Jesus. I follow Jesus not because I discard the existence of Muhammad or the existence of Buddha or whatever it is, the prophet that you follow and serve. and trying to believe in his message. What I understand is, among all the prophets, among all the master who came on this earth, there's only one who showed us how this new age will look like, and it was actually the last prophet. And all of us recognize his existence, and it's not by force that somebody must believe in him. It's just that, like I used to tell people, when you go to evangelize people, you don't force the gospel into people. People sometimes don't need the gospel, and the moment you speak it to the person, or you say it to the person, or you preach it to the person might come into contact with the truth or with the awakening at a different period. It might be there, it might be any time, you might be right on time when somebody is about to do something crazy, and just bring them this message. And I want the church today, if we claim we are the church, first of all, the church is not the walls, is the people, the leaders, the people who talk on the behalf of Jesus. I understand this all was part of the process, but it's about time that we understand and we start telling people about the real, because for me, it's not because you will get it right, but when you already know the end before starting. It's like I always say to people, the only way to finish something, to finish something you have started, is to know the end before you even started, to know what the result looks. It's like having a vision. You know, you can't achieve anything if you don't have a vision. A vision is something you preview. It's life coming attraction. Is the manifestation of your faith. So this is the step. So what we are today is we have to start telling people the real, because I understand Muhammad, but Muhammad didn't do any miracle. He didn't do any miracle. And if you believe you follow Jesus, you have to know it's not because he's died for yourself, for your sin. That one is already the message was to take the gospel all around the world, and that is done. Okay, people are aware now. Let the message make its way into people's hearts. The only thing that decides whether you are ready is God, and God lives in us. And when you are ready, no matter what you do, you will turn into Jesus. And to understand it is if you turn to Jesus, it's not because only he's saved and you will worship him. He never asked you to worship. It's because you understand that you are very powerful. That's the essence, because the last miracle Jesus did was the resurrection. And today we see everywhere how the church and the leadership in the churches, those who claim to perform miracles and to do things, to be the carriers of the kingdom, they're not doing shit, bro. They're not doing shit. They're not performing any fucking miracle. Nothing. I don't think this is miracle. I think this is rehearsal. There's no account of people healing, because if Jesus told you that you will be able to do even greater feat than what he did, it's not to remain healing, prophesizing well to people. Jesus never do that. If we follow Jesus, let's follow Jesus in spirit and truth, not according to what fits us or what fits suits our environment or our thoughts, motives. So let's follow him in truth and in spirit, because that's the only way we can follow Jesus. Okay, it's not by saying and respecting who we are, because this is the epitome of this belief, is to know we are able to do greater feats, greater things. And what I see from is just people prophesizing how you're going to get promotion. Is basically always centered in materialism. We are entitled to all this wealth. It's birthright. Okay, what you see, what is available, has been made for you. You don't have to work to have it. That's where we are going anyway. See, Robert will take all the jobs available. What will be left to human beings is to discover the true power. That's why the future is based on finding your true self, because you will not be able to operate this technology if you don't. You understand? If you don't, I used to take the example of the healer community. You will not be able to do it if it's not your purpose in life, if you're not your gift. Like today, everybody is a healer, everybody is a doctor. Now it's about calling. That's why that technology, that technology is works only through consciousness, through your light, through your awareness, through your presence. Okay, you will not be able to operate it if you're not in that state. And that will bring an age of truth and light. Nobody will perform. It's not the age of performance. You will not perform like we see all around us. The 4G is based on performance. Artist, politician, it's just performance. I'm not performing, I am me. Whether you feel like it or you, it doesn't matter. That's where we are going. Okay, and this is the type of leadership we want to see people carrying. Leaders who are people centered, to create a condition that will let humanity into that stage, that age of light. That's what we're trying to establish. That's what we are establishing. We are not trying, because God is not trying, He does. Okay, and the idea is, whatever you believe, when you are ready to come to Jesus, you are free, because it's just understanding that you are more than what you see. You are able to perform greater things and to start the journey into revealing these powers. I don't know if you get. It's good to believe in Muhammad. It's good to believe in Buddha. It's good to have to reach to this type of, because these avatars were stepping stone. When you realize this thing for Buddha, it was a stage. When you realize it's there's so many, and there's so many false prophets around. So it's important to be aware of this and to start being conscious of our choices of belief and the immediate implication of this kind of decision. It's good to follow anything, but as for me, there's so much wisdom in a lot of what Muhammad said, not all. Like, I can't believe that so many people have, for the dark agenda to conquer the world, to dominate the world, input some things into the work of these people. Okay, whether it's Jesus, and Jesus never wrote anything, by the way. So we have to know all these books, all these messages may have been based and translated or interpreted differently. We are aware that many scripture interpreted differently by different people. So we are in the age of truth. So you have to witness truth. You have to be aware of the truth you carry. So this means we are at that place where we have to exercise our sovereignty to choose, and to choose wisely, and not to give our power to these people, and to understand that together we are stronger. Together we can build things that will never destroy. Let's start in Africa. Let's build that foundation in Africa. This is my message. I hope this finds you in the receptive state. I pray the source, God, the universe, that this find a receptive heart around the world, if not the whole world. Be aware of this truth, because this is truth. This is what will save us. This is what will lead us to our next stage of evolution as human, where love, only love, is the key. I greet you. I celebrate you. I pay Eid Mubarak to Muslim, and stay limitless.